All right. Hello, crafty friends. This is the Papered Chef here. And tonight we're going to do Pattern of Friendship card tutorials. We're going to make these two cards. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And let's see how fast we can make them. I already have the measurements written down for you. So what I would like to do is just take some of these deckled rectangles, these little shapes that you already have in your kit or that you may have in your stash of crafty goodness, and we're going to stamp the sentiments first. And what I'd like you to do is ink up your sentiments. Tonight's color scheme is going to be Fresh Freesia, because that's one of our card bases, and Blueberry Bushel. So here are the two Stampin' Up! Ink colors. All the products I'm sharing are available on my Stampin' Up! Store, at my Stampin' Up! Store. That's where you can also sign up for all kinds of things like my newsletter, etc., etc. Rewards program, paper pumpkin, all kinds of fun stuff. All right, so the paper we're using is called Lovely Garden Designer Series paper. This paper is available now as an online exclusive. I think you're really going to like it, so you need this piece. Well, actually, I'm going to use some pieces that I already have. This is a package that I have not opened, or it's a full complete kit, so I'm not going to use this one. But I have some already cut up. So you get 12 sheets. They're double-sided. Comes in a pack of 12 by 12. And just as we used the other floral paper, this is April. So we're just doing a lot with flowers this month. Why not? Spring is here. Okay, so I'm going to use my little package that's already open. We're also going to use a little bit of ribbon, and we'll use some gold today, some gold foil. All right, so let's do this. Let's take the pieces that we need, just while I'm thinking of it. You're going to need that piece. Okay, and this piece for the Fresh Freesia card. And a little piece of gold. Okay, I'm going to ink up first, but this is what you're going to need for this card. I'm going to leave that sit like there. And then for the other card, we need the piece that looks like Fresh Freesia in the background. Here it is, this one. You need this piece. And then this, one of these. Actually, I should already have some already cut up. Nope, maybe not. Yeah, this one, we can use this piece already started to be cut up. And then we should have a piece of this little flowers already cut up. Like so. And then the other piece, like here. Okay, so you're going to use a bunch of flower panels. And see, you still have enough scraps to do more cards when you're done. So they will be with the Blueberry Bushel card. And so that's going to sit over here. All right, so back to my inking. Just need to get that ready. We're going to open up the Fresh Freesia. We're going to get out the blending brush. And we're going to put some ink on a block. Right? So that we can dip into it. See? Now, when you first try to ink up the edges, you're going to get this big blob. So that's why you just put a little bit on your glass mat or your silicone sheet. A silicone mat. That's what I also use this thing too, because it washes off really easily. It's also good for inking up. Okay, so we're going to ink up the edges. Oops, I must have some on my fingers. Inky fingers. There, I'll try this again. Sometimes it's just better to just, when you have so much ink on your fingers, just to hold it. Okay, flip it around. All right, so you do that before you do the sentiment. Ink up the edges. I'm just doing two cards at once because the one design, oh, that came out too dark. The one design is like the one we used, I think it was Friday night. It's my panel card design. It's a go-to design. So it's really going to be easy to just do this. You're repeated the same pattern. We did a horizontal style. Now we're doing a vertical style. That's not too dark. Reaching into my little bucket of crafty goodness. And finding another die cut shape. I don't know what's going on with that paper. This is my woven textures bundle. The paper's ripped a little. Good thing I have lots of die cut shapes, right? You were always, in every bag, you were given an extra die cut shape as well in your card club kit, if you get the card club kit, because that way you can make your 8 cards, right? 4 different designs, 2 of each, but then you always have some extra little die cut shapes if you want to like change the sentiment, or if you mess up the, yeah, that one came out pretty good. Actually, I'm going to see if I can get a little bit on top and bottom too. On that one, because it's just dark. Oh, kind of like how that one came out. That one came out good. Let's see if there's any more ink on my stamping block there. Yeah, sometimes I just get a little sticky note. Well, that one already got ink on it too. All right, good enough. We should have enough where we can at least do one that doesn't. Sometimes I get ink on the edge of those. All right, now we're going to get the blueberry bushel, and we're going to do happy birthday, and we're going to also do the other one that says thanks for being the best. All right, so we're going to mount the stamp from the pattern of friendship. And this is actually a bundle. You're going to get to see what else you can do with this bundle. Okay, happy birthday was still has old olive on it from my last tutorial. So we'll get that off there. All right, that's going to take a minute to dry. So we'll start with this. Thank you for being the best. Okay, you want it to flat side up. And I'm just going to stamp onto a sticky note. Oh, that came out nice. The first try. Usually you have to condition your stamp, but this one I've used before. Okay, look how easy that sentiment is to read on here. Just a really nice font and nice and friendly. Okay, so this is a card you can always use. A sentiment that you can always use. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 3 for 3. Those came out nice. Okay, now we'll try this one. This one. Hey, not so bad for the first try. Just keep trying. Okay, see how it's like not really good over there? That part. So I'm going to keep on stamping until I get a really good. Ooh, look at that. That's a good image. Oh, I'm getting ink all over everything though. Inky fingers. Oh, that came out nice. But I still need to clean this off. My hands, I mean. Okay, pretty nice. And then I think I'm just going to do, while I'm here, I'm going to do another one. And hopefully when I ink up, I don't touch the fresh freezer to the birthday part. Okay, pretty good. Now, what you could do when you make mistakes, it's no big deal. Sometimes you can flip over your dies, but in this case, hold on, I stepped away from the microphone for a minute. In this case, you don't want to redo it. You could just get the embellishments that came in this month's kit. So this month I sent you fully flowering ephemera pack. I think there's like 8 sheets in here. More than enough. Take the little flowers out of here, like this fresh freezer flower, and just kind of like stick it on there and just cover up little ink spots. I'm not opening this one up because it actually goes in one of my kits. And we didn't use the ephemera in the cards like we did last month. All right, so far so good. The only thing I want to still do is I want to ink up this one on the edges. I'm just going to see what I still have left on the edge of this blending brush. So I don't want it to get on the sentiment. Okay, that might work. I don't want that harsh line though. Well, actually, the hearse line kind of looks cool. We'll have to do it to the other side, though, to make it look like it was purposeful. Fresh Freezer kind of looks like bubble bath when it's first on there. It's like, oh, that kind of came out. That kind of came out good. I'm actually liking it. All right, so anywho, let's get back to drying this off here and seeing if I can get the trimmer and get the rest of it done. So we have some pieces to cut. So we're going to do the two cards at once. We'll do this card and this card. This one we want to be, this pattern doesn't matter, so we'll put that behind. This pattern matters. I like to have the horizontal, right? So we're going to go, or actually we'll do, actually I'm going to try it. Let me see. No, I like it this way. I'd liked it this way, so I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to have the stripes going up and down. So I'm going to make it 5 1/4, both of these layers. Or both of these, the layer 1 on both your cards is going to be 5 1/4 times 4 inches. Okay. So now we have this card will be going, this will be going with this card, right? And then this one's going with the Fresh Freezer card. All right, now, next layer. For this card, again, turn it horizontal. We're going to go for this one. It's going to be 4 3/4 inches. And this is all going to be written down for you, don't worry. And times 3 1/2 inches. So basically, we just made it a 1/2 inch smaller than the first layer. All right, good and good. Now this card is almost done. You're taking your gold foil sheet that's in your card club kit, and you're going to go for it. You're going to make it 1 inch. And it kind of gets crooked sometimes. You're going to go in here with your trimmer. Okay, sometimes you need a little sticky note or something to hold it there when you don't have a real big piece. Usually if it's real big, you can hold the piece. Oh, that doesn't stick worth a darn. Okay, we'll stick. Come on, sticky note. This is what happens when you get your sticky notes at Dollar Tree instead of the real Post-it note brand. I'm just kidding. I think that is the real Post-it note brand. All right, there you go. So that's our piece. And to finish off this little design, you want to put the piece to be across 5 1/4 times 1 inch. So we're going to layer these up and just finish this card off. Well, almost finished. We need to put some bling on it. All right. So layer 1, and this is layer 2, and then this is layer 3. I'm going to push it up against the edge. I'll use this side of my paper trimmer to help me get it straight. And then turn it over. Trim off the edge, and you get the perfect measurement every time. Okay, make sure you mount it the right way so your flowers aren't upside down. All right. This one has a smudge on it. I'm going to fix that later. This one would look good here. I'm kind of liking that one too. I'm going to use that one. And then you're just going to take your dimensionals and pop that up. This dimension already had the back off of it. So there you are. And then you're going to add a few of the little tinsel gems. These tinsel gems 4-pack. So we're going to use the ones that are blueberry bushel already. It's a match. Hopefully my thing has dried by now. We need to use the trimmer again in a minute, but let's just see about those tinsel gems. Tinsel gems. I'm putting them in weird spots because I have a little bit of ink that I'm trying to cover up. So there was like a little scratch there on that one. Let's see. This one. I just kind of randomly put them here. We'll put one down here. Okay, that's a green one. I don't know if this one has any. I think I might need glue on that one. Came off. Put a little, I sometimes like the little adhesive comes off. I'm finishing off a package of those, so I'm just going to put a little glue, a dot of glue on my bling. So there you go. All right, so that card is done, and I'm going to show you the measurements. And then as I'm cutting these, I'm going to cut for this one. So we have, here we go. All right, so the card we just made, here you go. It is a Fresh Freesia card base. It is an A2 card. We are April 2025. This is the Card on Blue Card Club. This is the card. It's gonna be cut 8.5 by 5 1/4, scoring at 4 1/4. Okay, boom, we'll put that right there. We're gonna put one right here so you can take a picture. Okay. The next thing is layer 1. Layer 1 is gonna be 5 1/4 times 4 inches. That's layer 1. It is the black piece of the, we do have to write that. We do have to write the name of the paper. It's called Floral Garden Designer Series paper. So I didn't finish writing that. So we'll write it here. Floral. All of these are going to be Floral Garden. Okay, once again, layer 1 is you're using Floral Garden Designer Series paper, and you're going to cut it 5 1/4 times 4 inches. Layer 2 is also Floral Garden Designer Series paper. You're going to cut it 4 3/4 times 3.5 inches. So that is layer 2. It's the floral layer. Okay, super simple. Layer 3 is a piece of gold. It's not really Floral Delight. I shouldn't have put the thing there. It's actually gold. Gold foil. Okay, so then you're done. 5 1/4 times 1 inch. That's the gold foil. Your ink is going to be Blueberry Bushel and Fresh Freesia. Go ahead and take your screenshot. I'm going to get my pieces of paper I need to get ready to cut. Okay, now these ones, for the back panel card, it doesn't really matter, which papers you use, but you want to make sure that you have like some different colors showing. And what I mean by that is like, here's the, you want to make sure like, here's the card. You want some of the flowers showing, so when you use them in the panels, they look really cute. So you're just going to take all these pieces and you're going to make sure that they're horizontal. And this piece might be a little tricky to get some showing, but maybe we'll try this piece here. And this one, we may have to cut some out of the middle. So let's just turn them this way. We'll just try it. And we're going to go for the 1 5/8 section. So it's 1 5/8 is the edge measurement. I'm going to go ahead and do another set because we might use another set. We might use a different part of the paper. All right, now save all your extra scraps for other things. We're going to turn them and we're going to go 3 3/4. Now, if I don't get a good little set, which I'm going to know right away if I have a good set, that's okay. That's okay. But in this case, I want to try it. Now, this one doesn't matter which way I do it. Ugh. That's not a good one. This is a good one. This one, oh no. Maybe I have to turn it this way. So we'll try it. So now we're going to cut these 3. You'll see what I mean by a good set. So you want like a little bit of the flower showing. This card works better with smaller pattern paper. All right. So let's see what we like better. That or that. I kind of like this one better. So we're going to save that for later. This is the same for both cards. Save that for later. I think I like that better than this because this is just big. Okay, so we'll use that. So what I mean, so now you're going to lay the panels here, right? And they have, because they're 3/4 of an inch, they got that little bit of margin. Oh, that came out nice. So I think for this, it's better to use glue. It's just better because it can move them around without them, sticking onto the wrong place right away. So the fresh freesia piece in the background doesn't matter the direction it goes. It's just your little border piece. These, you want to make sure the flowers are facing the right way. See how you can wiggle it? Wiggle it just a little bit. Jiggle it just a little bit. Anyway, you can wiggle and jiggle while it's getting in its place. Like so. Now do the outside ones first. Okay, and then this piece will go last. Now this is going to be a ribbon. We're going to have a little ribbon on this card. Another easy card, really showcasing the designer series paper. So we're using this Night of Navy bordered ribbon that was in your kit. Looks like this. Put a little strip of adhesive in the middle to grab it there. Okay. Night of Navy is one of those colors that just goes really well with the blueberry bushel. And it actually, I think it's kind of closer to blueberry bushel actually. Because it's lighter than the actual Night of Navy cardstock, but it's a very cool neutral color. Now you're going to go like that with your Seal Plus and flip it around. And then I also go over it again, even though I just glued it down because I don't want it. See how it's fraying? Even though it's underneath, I just don't want my card to fray. I don't know what's happening under that paper. I don't want the card to fall apart. Seal Plus is out. Let's use one of my other thingies. I know I have another. We'll just use this is my contraband one. Not, I'll call it contraband. We just joke in this channel. This channel, if you're new here, I goof around a lot. It's not one that Stampin' Up sells, so I call it my contraband, but it's my other little glider. It's the one my niece was using yesterday, and I bring to my craft club and stuff like that when I do crafts with the kiddos because it has a lot of longevity to it. Okay, so this is going to be. Just make sure your card is right side up. And you got your ribbon on there and you can lay it down. Okay, and then this little part, little adhesive got coming out the side, so we're just gonna push that back in there. Good, we got the cute border. I'm a 1/4 inch border person. I like 1/4 inch borders. 1/8 inch borders don't give me enough wiggle room. Okay, let's look at which one's the best. Thank you I like this one, it's pretty good. And I like this one where I did the top and bottom inking, but I think that one came out the best. I have other ones for later. I already have lots of paper. Now this one, it's hard to, when you put your dimensionals on ribbon, it doesn't always stick to the ribbon as much. So you always make sure some of your dimensionals stick into the paper underneath so that this doesn't move away. Okay, it's centered right in there. We add some bling. Oh, well, let's not use that bling. Let's use some rhinestones. And then remind me to show you what we made with that die. If I don't, I hope I remember. It's going to be in a minute, but I hope I remember to show you because I'll leave it there to remember. So we're going to add a few rhinestones, basic jewels, which are in your kit. Let's see. Here, just add a few. And the measurements for this card are already ready to go. We have a blueberry bushel card. Here you go. Here you go. And the measurements for this card It's a vertical card, so you're going to take a card, you know, your blueberry bushel cardstock, and it's going to be 11 inches across by 4¼ inch high. Okay, so the measurements are an A2 card, 11 inches by 4¼ inch. You're going to score at 5½ inches. The layer 1 of this card was your fresh freezer layer. That layer 1 was 5¼ times 4 inches. Layer 2, it's actually layer 2, 3, 4. This is all the same. You're going to be making 3 of these. Cut 3. Okay, cut 3 of this. So it's actually layer 2, 3, 4. Same. And you're going to do this 3 3/4 times 1 5/8 inch. And you saw how I made a double set. So like while we were here, we actually made 2 of each of these cards. We have extra cards. Super simple. And then your ink colors again are blueberry bushel and fresh freesia. Take your screenshot. Then I'm going to show you some other cards that we created using the Pattern of Friendship bundle. I will tell you a little bit about my cardstock share that I'm doing right now. I will tell you about next month's card club. Okay, so all of the things. Let's see. I want to say hi to all of you guys who've come on live tonight. I appreciate you. And Kumbi, nice to see you again. Christina Fullen, thank you for being a YouTube channel member. Janet was just watching my last video. So now you can go back and watch the last video later, which I'm going to show. I'm going to show what we just made in the last video. It was actually this card we just made in the last video. In a minute, as soon as you get your screenshot. But let's see. Be Pre, nice to see you again. Charty, hello. Hello again, Caroline, another YouTube channel member. Peggy Dickerson's here too, a YouTube channel member. Hello, Mary Novak from Wisconsin. And Jean, one of my Paper Chefs team members. And Phil, hello, nice to see you again. Elena from Southern California. She likes listening to me sing. I got the scratchiest voice, but thank you. I did sing in church today. And this lady was like sitting in the booth before me. I felt so bad for her because I was singing so loud. And she was like not kneeling because she had to, during communion, I'm a Catholic, and she had to sit because she couldn't kneel because it's the path everybody takes for communion. So the poor lady had to be like right in front of me. And she had to listen to me sing in her ear. But anyway, I have the Spirit. Let's see. The Holy Spirit overcame me. Anyway, hello, Melissa. Nice to see you again. Melissa from Texas, who actually met in Texas. Okay, vertical stripes. Someone's saying like the vertical stripes better. Yeah, I was going to try horizontal. But the reason I like the verticals, it sticks out and gives it like a really cool pattern. Like what that you look at and see. Hello, Frida. Yes, I always do odd numbers in my bling. So 3, 5, 7 on my bling. That was Phil asking yes. Hello, Bonnie Blake, another channel member. Awesome, from Janesville, Wisconsin. Be Pre. And she got to see 3 of my 4 lives this weekend. I think I only did 3 lives, or maybe I did 4. I can't remember now. Elena likes both the 1/8 inch and 1/4 inch borders, but the 1/4 inch borders are perfect because, like for here, she's saying because like you could see the extra, and Anne did order the die. So you can't sing in church right now. They're trying to get a new musical director, and we all clap for our current one because she's been, really helpful. So I'm sorry you have polyps on your vocal cords, Elaine, but keep on singing, even if it hurts a little, because singing is good for the soul. All right, so what I wanted to say is this. So tonight we made, just to kind of sum this up, we made these cards using Pattern of Friendship. It really doesn't matter if you change the paper up, because as long as you use such a cool stamp set, you can change the paper up and get just like so many cool results. So I want to show you like the same stamp set, but with, and you love it. I know, I'm sure you love these sentiments and how big they are, but you could change it up and use the Floral Delight paper. So this is what we made earlier tonight. We made a couple hours ago, so you might want to go back and watch that. We used the vellum. And this is what one of the comments was, that this wasn't showing the flowers, because see how this one has like the flowers on the vellum and this wasn't showing all the vellum. But I think they're both cool. And I don't know if you guys like, I wanted to see, do you guys like the old olive background? Or I'm not sure what color this would be. Like I can call it a brown. It would probably be a crumb cake background. I do like this card better, my original, because it does have more of the flowers showing and it has like a more contrast between the background. So anyway, Floral Delight. Then on Friday, we made these. So I wanted to point out that this card is the exact same card as this, as far as the pattern goes. Turn this card sideways and you can see that this is just a panel card where you put a piece of designer series paper and the 3 patterns. It's the same. It's just that this is a horizontal card. So check out the measurements for that. And then my niece came to visit me and we used some vellum and she made this one for her friend. She liked my bestie card, which I made because we messed up during my live and I made it crooked. So I cut it into a rectangle. I cut this shape into a rectangle and it came out cool. Okay. And then this was, I wanted to show you, like, this was the die. So Anne said she already bought the die. Anne's on my team. She's the one that asked me about the die and I hadn't played with it. So I said on Friday night, I was going to play with this die. And we did. And then Anne said, turn it sideways after you cut it once, after you die cut it once. So it's just, you're just running it through. It's just a metal plate. You're running it through your cardstock. You're running it through. And then when you turn it sideways, you get this really cool pattern. So I hope you could see that. So I did end a card with that to show you. And then my niece took the other pieces. I think, I don't know if I have any more pieces. I made a few of them. She used at least one of them for her card. All right, so that's all. That's what we did this month. This is a bundle. You could save 10% when you purchase the die and stamp set together. It's a strange bundle to bundle together. I mean, I'm not sure why they bundled it together like that, but it does go well together. All right, so what I have going on my channel, it might have been last night I did that tutorial. I don't remember now. But I think on Friday night I might have done these tutorials. I might have done the shaker card tutorial. So you know what I did do for lives, Beepre? You were right. You remember more of my videos than I do. Hi, Jan from Michigan. Hello, Melissa likes the happy yellow cards. Okay, we made these shaker cards Friday night, now that I recall. I'd already forgot what I did Friday night. So we did these cards. But this is also going on my channel, Ocean Friends. Very bright colors and all this like workshop that I'm doing to Ocean Friends. We've done all kinds of projects you can see and some little suitcases. So anyway, check that out on my channel. And the other thing I have going on, let's move that to the side, is my cardstock share. Just make sure nothing's dirty here. I'm not going to go through all the cardstock with you. I'm not going to open up every package, but like this one I'm preparing right now. These are my Regals. And so in a cardstock share, you're going to try 55 of the Stampin' Up! Colors. So the Regals collection would be, you know, just to kind of show you. So we have like Cherry Cobbler, Real Red, you know, Cajun Craze. So I put them all in bags. This one I haven't put in a bag yet. And then they get labeled. And then I tighten them down and go like this. So you're going to get 55 full sheets of cardstock. And this will be the Subtles collection. So you get the Regals, the Subtles, the Brights collection. That's another 10, so we're up to 30. And then the Neutrals. Oops. Neutrals. So that would be 40 of our 4 collections. So we got Neutrals, Brights, Subtles, and Regals. And then you get 10 of the in colors. So you got the 5 in colors that have been around since last year. Peach Pie, right, up to Summer Splash. And then you get the 5 new in colors, which I'll point out. So that's 5 more. So up to 50 plus 5 basics. So you get 55 full sheets of cardstock. I'll probably go through it before. You have until the 10th to sign up. So maybe before the 10th, I'll go through every color with you, but not right now. Just because I have to get up really early for work tomorrow. So these are the 5 new in colors. Isn't that pretty cool? So every year I do a cardstock share once a year where you get to try every one of the colors of cardstock. So with 55 colors, you can make over 100 cards, and because each piece of cardstock you can make into cards. And then I put them in a nice package with lots of cardboard around them so they don't get bent, and hopefully no nicks on the corners or anything. And I put them in tight bags like this. So this is what my cardstock share looks like. I'm preparing those. I will send those out by next weekend because I'm waiting on a little bit of colors coming in the mail this week. And I only have I have like almost one made, but I have like or 1.5 made. So this is my cardstock share. Now, at the end of the month, which is almost now, but I have to wait till probably the 30th of April or the 29th of April, I'm going to be announcing a designer series paper share where you get to try all the new designer series paper, both from this catalog, which I'll show you. I can't open it up, but I can show you. You're going to try the papers from this catalog. There's not that many new papers in this catalog, believe it or not, but there are lots of new online exclusive papers. So my designer series paper share, let me just move these out of the way. It's going to include paper from online exclusive collection. So you're going to get any new papers, whether they come out in this catalog. So one thing I wanted to point out, and my friend Kathy and I were talking about it earlier on the phone. We were talking about like so much is online now. So even if you didn't get this catalog for me, you didn't order one, it's okay because everything in this catalog is online. Plus, so many more things are online than ever before. So if you want to shop and see what all we have, this is the website. Now, the only time you can get stuff from this catalog is if you're a demonstrator. We're allowed to pre-order stuff from it. Every customer will have to wait till May 6th to get this. Now, on April 30th, you can order the paper share. I'll start announcing it, but I can't order the paper for you from the paper share until May 6th because that's when the catalog goes live. And even I don't have it. You know, there's a couple papers in here even I don't have yet because they're not available to even demonstrators. So you'll get that paper share in mid-May sometime. Pointing out some other things. This catalog's retiring, but not everything in it's retiring. This is the paper we just used on the card. You saw the Floral Delight paper. This paper's really pretty. Nice, sweet. But like this is paper that I think is going to I think this paper is going to stay in the next catalog. The beautiful Pokey. But I think that one's not. So I don't remember. This one's not. This one's retiring, unfortunately. The one I'm doing the series on, the workshop series. And I think so is the storybook one. I'm not positive, though. I don't remember what's retiring or not. But you will find out when you get to the catalog. You can see if it's not in there, it might go online, it might retire. So just go look at the last chance list. Because this catalog is May 5th, it's the last day, and this catalog, it's the last day. However, some of these papers have been around for a couple years, and I can tell you that they will be around, for like some of the papers have stayed around, and will be around for a little while. But a lot of them are retiring. I can't tell you which ones exactly, because I mean, honestly, because I don't remember. But I just want to show you, there's something that it's called a designer series paper pattern, and all those are here. Like this guy, Thoughtful Journey, I believe is staying. I saw it, but let me see. Let me see. There's these, not this one. There's these patterns of paper that are from the designer series or the ink color collections, and any collections, right? And there's these patterns that they make, and they're really cool, but those patterns are retiring, but not the paper, not the colors, but the patterns. So I'm going to try to find it. Designer series paper. I'm not very familiar with how to get around this catalog, honestly, even after a whole year, because I do most of my navigation online. So I'm just going to point that out, and then I'm done. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I see it. Okay. There's these little patterns of paper. I know this isn't the page it's on. And they are, every year, we come up with new patterns for our designer series paper. I can't even find it in the index, guys. But these are going to retire, like these flowers and these like certain patterns, but not the color. So even though like the color is not going to retire, that pattern is. So you got to go check that out. If you like those patterns of our designer series paper from this year, you got to catch them before you can never find them again. And a lot of this stuff in this catalog is going away. Like a lot of these suites are retiring. Unfortunately, even my favorite one. But just go look at the last chance list and check it out. Because our stuff is like flying off the shelves. When you see last chance list, people go crazy. Oh no, we're going to not get it. Like our stuff is like collector's items. You know, people love Stampin' Up! Products. What can we say? We have very good quality stuff. All right. Bonnie Blake is telling me to have a great week. And Okay, In Color Club. Thank you, Caroline. I forgot to mention I'm having an In Color Club. Oh my goodness, I forgot to mention I'm having an In Color Club. So this is like one of the things you're gonna get in the In Color Club is like you'll get a marker of every new In Color. You'll get the. I'm just gonna grab a couple. You'll get the ink. You'll get an ink of every new In Color. You'll get some designer series paper samples of every new In Color. The blends, the re-inkers, cardstock, ribbon, embellishments. Okay, but then there'll be light version, so you don't get all that stuff. So if you want to try all the new In Colors, look out for that. That'll be announced April 30th as well. All right, well, that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening. And thank you for watching.